Hey everybody, this is Fran Fraschella, draft expert and basketball junkie. To everybody who's watching, let's get our friends at General Manager Games the subscribers they deserve. Just press that red subscriber button and immerse yourself in sports AI through GM Games content. And on Twitter, it's GM_games. Let's get after it. Let's go.
Hi, this is Chris from GM Games, General Manager Games, gmgames.org. And we have Franchise Hockey Manager 11, a bit of a first look walkthrough to go through some of the new features, talk about them, check out some of the screens. And right now you're looking at the starting settings page. One benefit is all the teams are back with the licensing and logos. So that's good. You don't have to worry about getting mods and things like that when you play FHM 11. What's new is there's new international play added to custom games. You got some minor leagues that have been added to historical mode, things of that nature. So let's take a look just at some of those screens before we load up a previously off-season run through of a save that I've kind of have to go through some of the screens. But there is a lot more features about what you can do for the historic stuff. So some people love this stuff, especially historians of the hockey game. They love going through and seeing guys go up at it, like, you know, bringing back Bobby Orr and guys like that. So yeah, there's a lot of benefit here, especially with the American Hockey League teams being playable from 1940. So what a great database that is, right? So you also have the new NHL Four Nations Face-Off tournament that's been added to the game. And there's some other stuff that we'll show you when we get into the action itself, when we're on the info page of a professional modern league. But here's challenge mode. This is kind of something that's been around the game now for a bit. We're going to say no this time, but you go through these changes. You can set some of this stuff for your manager, and then you get into a whole bunch of other selection choices that are really quite kind of interesting for historic mode. We're in it now. We picked this random year way back. Wow, we're all the way in 1910. So you can take a look at, you can do that. But what we'll do is we're going to go back and go through the modern game and just see some of the stuff like 2D and go from that point. So we're going to load up. It's called Leafs, but actually I chose the Calgary Flames as a team. And so you can see this runs pretty quickly to get loaded up. The UI is pretty crisp. Things like that. So that's definitely a fun way to play this game right now. And some of the other new features too, you're looking at development tracking has been added to players. So we're going to take a look at that. And AI, of course. So when you go into play and make trades and go up against the computer, since you're not running all those teams in the league, obviously, like a sandbox, you're going to have that kind of stuff. Okay, so what we did is we passed we're at the preseason start of that. What you can then see is, like, let's say if we go into a bit more about the Flames itself. So we're looking at the head coach of the Flames at the moment. But if we go into the team and we go into info, there is a bit more going on with the owner itself. So, you know, keeping track here. This is a guy named Murray Edwards, internationally known. Not a lot of patience. Well, patience is actually pretty good in that case, but is happy about the team. He's got some goals that usually come in here, so we're not seeing that at the moment. But other than that, let's take a look at some of the UI. We still got similar screens for roster. You got your line changes, you got your lineups, more like depth, and then you go through and you have your tactics, which is always key, especially for a strategy type game, which these management games are. You got your depth here, actually, just to see your lines, and as they got power play in there almost, yeah. So, you know, you're looking at this good UI with the team. It's pretty straightforward. You got a horizontal navigation at the top, lets you go from left to right, and just kind of keep track of the way things are going with the giant turn-based continue button, which is kind of obvious for most simulation sports management games. So taking a look at the roster, you know, they're going to want to have at least a bounce back from Jonathan Huberdeau. So what are we looking at right now? You're looking at, he's, you know, plays left wing well. He's got good statistics around shooting on the perimeter, counter-attacking as a forward as well. So you got his history, great database, tracking of information there, scouting on injuries, that stuff's still there. And it's really crisp clicking between these steps. So that's going to be definitely a benefit. I hear the 2D mode, there's been some improvements. So hopefully from this preseason, we'll get to a potential game that we can watch, play, and that'll be kind of interesting to see if we can get a little bit more into watching the players go around on 2D. But right now, the dates are advancing, you see on the top right-hand corner. But let's talk about some of the other changes while this keeps going. We have new reports. There's new league reports, including league-wide demographics. There's a report for draft sleepers and busts from prior drafts and seeing which guys got claimed from, the previous rounds and such, late round picks that really kind of started to excel. So that's pretty interesting when it comes to that kind of stuff. So we're flying through days. The preseason right now, I think we kind of skipped it because I didn't necessarily take over the team on that one. But anyways, there's more player pool improvements as well. Younger players at the database at the start have been improved. And you got this long-term generation of players that have been improved as well. So that's interesting. So right now it is running. You get the arrows going through the dates. We're moving up to the 30th. Obviously October is around when the NHL season kind of really begins. You got waivers here. See, it's running through in effect. So let's take over. I'm pretty sure we have, we're going here. So let's just keep continuing here. Definitely want to get some sort of matchup that we can kind of get going here, but it does look like I'm the owner of the Flames. All right, so we have an auto save going on right now to my benefit, but there are new coach tactics. There are specific tactical preferences now will be more effective. When you play those tactics, you can use them more often. There's now new playoff news. You'll get a preview in the news about what's going on when you're late into the season itself. And we're almost now at the opening night of the NHL season, which is kind of just the next day. And then we're going to start to see the stats come through for us here as we look at this first look of FHM 11. So who's getting points right now? Timo Meier having a good day there for Jersey in his first game. And so right now, if you just want to sim, you can just kind of see the stats kind of coming together. But opening night right now, we got stats coming in for this 24-25 season. And we're running through the rest of the schedule, going through the next days. Probably a lot of transactions going on there. And let's get towards the Calgary Flames playing a game. Stats are coming in now. Here's the rest of some other games going on. The Sabres and the Devils have been playing, I guess, overseas. They did get a head start at everyone. So, okay, so at Vancouver is going to be the first game there. You're going to see it on this calendar. We're getting to it. We're getting to it here. So, let's play that game. All right, we've arrived. So, let's look at our lineups. Huberdeau, Backlund. We got Anthony Mantha on the second line. And Kuzmenko, who was picked up from Vancouver there as well. So we're going to continue, get some 2D stuff going on here. You got some head-to-head matchups. We're going to play this one. And let's get to the action. And we'll play it out just a little bit. You can see the way the 2D looks. You got the benefit of that initial Championship Manager, FM Manager kind of bottom part that people are used to playing from CMO 102 almost, it looks like. For how's it going. So we got these guys warming up. They're coming out onto the ice. And we're almost getting it going here. Probably the anthems and stuff of that nature, but it's almost puck drop now. You got the starting lineups coming out onto the ice. Anthems playing below, actually. And here we go. Let's kind of get a good speed on here. We're gonna see this go through. I don't even have mute coming through my VMware on something, but we'll leave that. Actually, you know what, if it does come through, let's do it. And let's get it going here and let's play. So that speed's a bit quick for people, maybe just kind of a little bit jarring, but we'll do that just for today. We're on a short video. We're just gonna show some of the action here. So 2D going on. You can see the guys who are on the ice. An injury for Garland. So he'll need to get patched up there. But yeah, I mean, the coach tactics have been changed. What it says about 2D plays is they've improved the 2D engine with execution logic to build upon the play calling improvement from the prior two versions. Oh, we got more injuries. Dakota Joshua, key player there. Good banger. And change to the passing mechanics allows for more use of indirect passing. So as you can see, we're pushing through. Hopefully we can get some sort of see the first goal and see how that kind of gets celebrated. And hopefully it is Calgary on that one. Which we're at a good pace here. We're almost halfway through the first period. I mean, I think I would prefer to see this. You can see the line changes fly around. It's a bit quick, but it's a good healthy pace for moving the game along. So we have a scoreless first period going on at the moment. And right now it's a bit of a tight game. You can see the strategy going on at the bottom though. So when it says offensive started, strategy set breakouts and things of that nature. So that kind of brings in, well, we have a power play here, so this is a good chance for something to get going. I think we're getting stops on all key highlights, key plays. So you have breakout plays going on at the bottom that talks about, now we've kind of evened out with the penalty going the other way. So we're 4-on-4 just for a little bit actually, and then, yeah, and that's it. And another penalty right here. So right now, Vancouver is on the PK. Oh, Calgary really trying to get their first goal here of the game. Nothing happening. Nothing moving on in this Canadian battle going on. Western Canada. Still no goal. I want to, just before we wrap up the vid, I want to get a goal just so you can see the thing go, sirens or whatever go off, and just, now we got a power play. For Vancouver this time. They're probably more likely to score on us. There's a goal. We finally got it. Daniel Sprong trying to revive that career. He's got his first goal, and that's an example. So then you can sim to the end. We can go to the end of the game. So if you just feel like wrapping it up, we lost that one to Vanc. Too bad, Calgary. You can see your kind of perfect team cards coming in through here. That's very similar to the other games. And you get a really good dashboard of data here. Box scores, pretty accurate to see what's happening for this game, just to kind of give you the post-game analysis. There's more information here about who kind of broke the mold of their assigned role, who was busy. You can learn a lot about your team that way with that kind of analysis. So you can see where all the shots come from. You can see a bit of possession, more strategic ways the game has been broken down. So that's all really, really cool. So we thank you. I hope you guys check out FHM 11. Grab a copy now. Beta was 10% off, but now it's kind of back to it. But I hope you enjoy this one. It's getting better every season. You got Eastside Hockey Manager that's been at the top of the heap for a while, but this game continues to get better every season. So check it out. I'm Chris, and check out GM Games.